Good morning, folks, and welcome to another edition of City Hall Live. I am Joe Beta coming to you live from the Community Gallery down here at the Santa Fe Community Convention Center. They have a new show called Longer Table. Please come and check it out. Next, we have the manager of the Asset Development Office, Kevin Kellogg. How you doing, Kevin?
Great.
Thank you for coming on. We got through that. That took me about 3 takes, folks, if you didn't notice. But anyway, we appreciate you coming on, man. I know people are asking, what is the Asset Development Office? And I know the number one thing you guys are working on right now is Midtown Campus. Is that correct?
That's right.
Yeah.
We manage, basically, we're working on a strategy for development of the city's property assets to revitalize neighborhoods and to create more resilient finance for the city and to set us up for the next generation of Santa Feans.
Gotcha. And so it's interesting. It's an interesting piece of property because there's a lot of great things. There's a lot of potential for a lot of great things, right? For something like the Midtown Campus. It's in the heart of Santa Fe, right?
Yes, it's right in the exact center of the city of Santa Fe.
And there's a lot of history there, right?
There is.
Tons of history. A lot of people that went there to school at the College of Santa Fe. And then recently the Santa Fe University of Art and Design, correct?
Right.
Yes, that's a long name for a school, but it worked. It worked. So now you guys, your office is tasked with economic development too as well, of finding a new vision for this campus, correct?
Right.
Okay. So how's it been going? What's the? Can you give us an update on that?
Well, things have really started to heat up.
Okay.
And our vision for the campus is this is really to pick up on what it has been. This is a rebirth of the campus, which we're wanting to rebrand as the Midtown District.
Okay.
Okay. So
love that.
Midtown District Santa Fe.
Yes.
We have a new website.
Okay.
MidtownDistrictSantaFe.com.
Okay.
And I'll mention it again.
That's fine. We can.
I'm supposed to plug the website.
We can plug the website, man. This is a city show, Kevin. You can plug anything you want, city related.
So the idea is it's going to remain a creative hub. We have a vision for sustainable, equitable, and economically viable development there. That includes higher ed, mixed use and residential, technology, film, visual media, cultural arts, and public open space. So there's a mix of a robust commercial development there and supporting these other public uses. It's
interesting because everyone knows where that campus is at, and there's a lot of potential, but the newly minted Milagro Middle School just went up there, right?
Yes.
Beautiful building, really classed up the area, I gotta say, right? It was kind of like a little sample, a Costco sample of what that whole area could be, right? Because you could see newer buildings there. There has been some newer buildings. I know it's the building or the higher education center, which is a great building as well, and it's very modern and stuff. But if we had something like that, a bunch of these new buildings that go up with fresh architecture, and it just really class up that whole area of St. Michael's and Cerrillos Road, right? What a great place it would be.
Exactly, and that's the idea. But we want to make sure that we are really focused on this being for everybody.
Yes, exactly, and that's the tough part, right?
It is, and that's why we've hired some great consultants from around the country to help us with the economics and really getting the balance of how is it designed, how do the economics work with different kinds of scenarios, different mixes of affordable housing and mixed use and commercial and film industry and higher ed. How do we balance that?
Yeah.
So that's strategic economics, and we have U3 advisors. They're from Philadelphia. They are helping us take our equity goals and our affordability goals and craft them into real policies and strategies so that we can implement that. So yeah, and also last thing, we have the request for expressions of interest We had tours at the beginning of the last
Yes.
month. We had 140 people come to tour the campus from literally every part of the country, including several very strong candidates right from New Mexico.
And they're candidates for what? They're candidates for development or?
Well, it's really, the way we have it set up is really cool.
Okay.
You can come in as the master developer.
Okay.
If you have the financial capacity and the skill capacity to do this kind of development, there's possibility we could hire one master developer to work collaboratively with us. If we don't get a strong enough master developer, there's options for just developers. Let's say someone does affordable housing, someone does office, et cetera.
Just takes a piece of the pie.
Right, and then we'll quarterback it from the city.
Gotcha.
We also have an option for people to come in who have a business plan and want to be on the campus.
Okay.
A technology business, film business, a restaurant. Anyone can come in through, we call these 3 doors. And we'll do some matchmaking to connect everybody up after we get all the applications and we see how viable it is. We're trying to cast as broad of a net as we can so we can reach out to the biggest and the smallest entrepreneurs to be able to make room for everyone.
You know, it's something to be said in today's world that, you know, the city, we're not just saying, going to a couple of folks here in the city, decision makers, and saying, what do you think it should be? I think it should be this. All right, that's what it's going to be, right? We are making it, we are trying to be sensitive to everybody. We're trying to make it accessible to everybody and something for everybody, right? Like you said.
Exactly.
Right, and that's, you know, that's pretty amazing. Now with that, let's go back to the developers. This is something, we live in a destination city,
We do.
right? And we have to put our best foot forward all the time.
That's true.
Right? And so when we are going to develop something as a piece of land that sits right in the middle of our city, that's going to represent the community of Santa Fe, but yet also generate some revenue for us too as well, and want to make it a spot that says, oh, it's on that list of we got to go to the plaza. Oh, and then what's this Midtown, what's it called? I'm sorry,
Midtown District.
Midtown District, we got to go check that out. They have some food there that's interesting and some sites there we might want to go check out. We need to do that, right? We need to put that campus on the checklist of people that come and visit us, correct?
Yes. Yes, and we want to put it on the checklist of people who live here or who were born here and don't live here anymore.
And that's right too, correct, yeah.
People that
Where do you want to go
to
eat
college.
tonight? I don't know, we can go here, we can go there. Let's go to the Midtown District. They got a great new restaurant we want to check out, right?
Yes, exactly. And that can be for you live here full-time, you live here part-time, or you're just visiting.
Yeah. No, it's pretty interesting because the potential is just crazy because where else also, because I know right now there's still an active movie studio there too as well.
There is.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's almost like a Disneyland-ish type of feel because you could be somewhere and look at a building saying, oh wow, that's pretty amazing. There's movie making going on in there. Right?
Well, yeah, and it used to be like a gym.
Yeah.
And it was made into a film studio when back when it was College Santa Fe.
Yeah.
And they had a whole film school there.
Yeah.
And it's still used. Several great film productions, Longmire.
Yep.
And Perpetual Grace Limited, and several others with
Yep.
big name stars have made films in there recently.
I went in there a few months ago, and they had this amazing set built in. It was a bar, an old Western bar, right?
Right. That's from the Longmire set.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Mahogany wood inside, everything. You're just thinking, wow, wait a minute, this was done here in our own town. Like it was like a best kept secret or something. But again, it shows the I guess the multiple uses that can be put there, right?
Right.
And some folks want education, some folks want entertainment, you know, some folks want businesses and housing, and that's something that can happen, right?
It can, and we've created a platform for all of those groups to coexist. There's demand in all those areas. Those are really the future for New Mexico. The legislature has set us up to incentivize those types of industries. So, and we have the talent here to do it.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Okay, so here's the $1 million question. Or, in our case, the $1 billion question. Or maybe the multi-million-dollar question.
Okay.
Okay? So what's the plan? What are we looking at here as far as getting to that point of where, Kevin, you and all the other folks, the team of folks can stand there like Superman and Wonder Woman and overlook saying, hey, look, we're here, guys. What's the plan to get to that point?
Well,
Timeline too.
So the steps are we have our developers and businesses and higher ed proposals are due, or expressions of interest are due on October 30th.
Okay.
So we'll be reviewing those. It's going to take us a couple months really to review. We're getting into the holidays and so forth.
Gotcha.
End of the year, beginning of the year, we'll have a short list and we'll go through a selection process to select either one or a few of these developers to work with us in crafting a final plan.
Okay.
It won't be a master plan like here it all is. We're going to build these buildings ABC. It's more a master plan of performance.
Gotcha.
These are the things we want to accomplish.
Gotcha.
And then we'll start doing some things as quickly as possible. There's some buildings that are just ready to go right now. Others are going to take a little longer, and then there's some vacant land too.
Gotcha, yeah.
So it'll happen bit by bit.
In phases, right?
In phases, yes.
Yeah, so there'll be a phase 1, phase 2, phase 3.
I would say it's really more like incremental.
Gotcha.
Like one building at a time or one area at a time. It's not going to be the first third's here, the middle. It'll be a little more incremental.
No,
It'll grow over time. So it's going to take about a year for the developer to really get in there and understand every little detail about the building so they can finalize all their economics. And then, so at about maybe 16 months from now, we will be at a point of a DDA, disposition agreement.
Okay.
And at that point, then they can really start in earnest on constructing their first phases.
Gotcha, until we see some little buds on the trees. We're looking maybe about 16 months to about 2 years.
I would think so. I mean, there is a chance that some things, there could be huge film and technology that want to get going right away, and we can do that too.
Yeah.
The other thing is infrastructure. It's kind of isolated back in there, and we're studying, and we'll be asking the developers to study and our consultants to study how we can get better connections into the site, how we can create walkability and drivability into the site from the Cerrillos and St. Mike's. And how we can get water, sewer, gas, electrical, and data into that area as well. So that's going to be, we have all these tracks going along at the same time.
Yeah, and good things come to those who wait, and it's a matter of the more detail and how careful we are with our decision making with this means that we are doing it right and correct the first time. That's what we want to do, is we want to hit that target right away, right?
Yep. We've done something.
With time, hit that target.
Oh, yes, a timeline. And, it could take years to build it out.
Yeah.
But we want to get development going quickly and then let it happen over time. That's kind of a Santa Fe approach. Things develop incrementally.
Yeah.
And that way, it's more real that way. One of the things we have done to have a deliberative process on this is we have a really comprehensive steering committee.
Okay.
It includes the mayor, the city manager, 2 council members, and most of the department directors. And we have a few others like myself and our program manager, Daniel Hernandez, who serve that committee so that we have all the city's key leadership involved in decisions. And we meet every 2 weeks. We have an internal meeting every week, and we have a steering committee every 2 weeks. So all the senior leadership of the city and as well as mayor's office and the elected officials are involved on a pretty granular level with decision making. So when decisions do come up, people are already up to speed.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so new website, midtowndistrict.com?
MidtownDistrictSantaFe.com.
MidtownDistrictSantaFe.com. Go check it out. Right?
Yep.
You can see all the information, updates, right? Stuff
You can
like that.
sign up for the newsletter. You can
Okay.
get real-time updates, and there's a lot of cool graphics and information on there about what's happening. And
Awesome.
there will be it'll be active. We'll be continually updating progress and so forth.
That's great. That's great. Well, Kevin, I guess we got to have you on, to give us an updates on certain things when there's things to update, and we can let folks know about how it's going.
Okay, great. We'd love to.
Thank you again for coming on.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, no, man, anytime. I would love to have you on. It's exciting because you've seen like an example that I always use is in San Diego, the Naval Training Center where they had boot camp for the Navy, and also after boot camp schools for the Navy. It's called now Liberty Station. And it's beautiful. It's great. There's restaurants there. People get married there. There's places to have like receptions. Beautiful structures that they, updated and stuff. And it is a place, parks, and just a place for the community to go and hang out. And for folks like me that go and visit San Diego, we can go hang out. So I know it can be done.
Yeah,
and it's a great thing. It's a good thing for everybody. So and condos too. They have a bunch of things there. Pretty amazing.
Good.
Anyway, but yeah.
All right.
So I know what you're trying to get at, man.
Okay,
good. And I'm rooting for you.
All right.
Folks, thanks again. Thank you for joining us today. This has been City Hall Live. I want to thank Adrian. I want to thank Christina. I also want to thank Rod Lambert, too, for letting us use his place. Folks, this has been City Hall Live. Have a safe week. Have a great week.